Thomas Haymore is an experienced product manager and marketer with experience in a variety of small and large startups where he has designed, coded, and marketed products. Thomas is a graduate of Stanford Law School, where he was president of the Stanford Law Review and has a Ph.D. ABD in Management Science and Engineering from Stanford. Thomas' education, product marketing experience, and entrepreneurial skills help him to empower sales reps to make the most of cutting-edge technologies.
Thanks for the introduction, and welcome to our session on NeuralView, all about lead scoring and prioritization and how you can use it to increase your revenue. We're going to talk about how you can target your sales efforts to the leads you can actually contact and close. Before we jump into details about the product, though, let's talk about the problem we're trying to solve. It's pretty fundamental to all sales teams. And the fact is, the vast majority of marketing leads never convert to sales. That's a harsh truth, but there it is. In fact, your inbound and outbound reps probably spend a majority of their time chasing leads that they can't reach and that won't ever close, no matter how diligent or skilled your reps are. You can see how your leads might be arrayed on a graph. They're ordered from worst to best quality. As you can tell from this graph, most of your leads are going to be in the mid-range, or even honestly, toward the bottom of the range. Unfortunately, you don't know that. So your reps are going to align their efforts somewhat haphazardly, and they're going to spend a lot of their time on prospects that really just don't have the quality and are really not likely to close. What you should be afraid of is that your reps are going to be spending a lot of their time down here with leads and prospects that are just definitely not worth your time. You can see the problem a different way here. This is how many sales teams are organized. Marketing drives leads, sales managers build call lists, reps dial, and at the end of a campaign, the managers review results. They collaborate with marketing and their teams to try to get better results. The problem is that every step is driven by human judgment and human error. Marketing uses generic rule-based scoring. Sales managers build lists with ad hoc filters and queries, their own anecdotal experience, and oftentimes just gut instinct. Reps cherry pick and ignore leads. They try to use their own judgment and call who they think is going to convert. And when you get to the end of this process, you get biased and confused feedback. Everyone's trying their best and working really hard, but it doesn't lead to optimized results. What you need is a solution that gets you here, where your rep effort is actually aligned with prospect quality. The solution is to use NeuralView. Marketing still drives leads, but instead of sales managers picking their own criteria for building lists, they enable NeuralView, which automatically prioritizes and sorts those lists and prescribes to reps exactly who's the best to dial. Now, reps know they just need to pick up the next call, the next lead in their list, and it's going to be the best, most contactable lead. And with every call that's dispositioned, with every result, with every close, NeuralView automatically improves the scoring. So your results only get better with time. Let's jump.
This is a basic NeuralView walkthrough. As you can see here, we're looking at Johnny Bravo with inside of Salesforce. Right here along the top, we've added the NeuralView iframe, which is actually really easy to add with inside of Salesforce. If you look here, his neural score is 93 and his contactability score is a 26. If I hover over the top of it, I'm actually given the 5 reasons why. So you can see his company email is no, toll-free number is no. Keep in mind this is test data, so some of these explanations don't make a ton of sense. And you've got your contactability score. Basically the same thing. Over here on the right-hand side, a little bit more interesting data. As we go along, we have some history with Johnny. We can see if this is the highest he's ever been as far as his contactability or his closability with inside of Salesforce, or as we've been scoring him. And should we be reaching out to him, or should we wait a little longer? If I push this little gray arrow over here on the right-hand side, I'm actually brought to the Renaissance view with inside of Salesforce. And if I hover over each one of these points, the bigger ones are more weighted or more influential in the scoring. So if you see stock close price over here, website rank, things of that nature, you can kind of come in and see the different weightings. It's kind of cool. Ultimately, what this is supposed to do is just instill some confidence with the rep, so that they're confident that this is actually a true and predictive score. So what do you do with these? I mean, this is all well and good. It looks great out on the layout, but how do reps actually interact with these scores? Well, the first way that they could do it is with views with inside of Salesforce. So what I've done is I've just created a view that has the scores sorted by top down to the least score. So if you look through here, I could come over here, sort it, and then I could be working on what's most important down to what's, maybe what I don't need to get to in that particular day. Ultimately, the best practice is to use that with seek lists inside of Inside Sales' platform. So what I did is I built a little test list here. One of the things you have to keep in mind is you do have to turn these features on for lists. So if you notice here, the very first thing, Neuralytics is this section right along the top. Neural Sort, that contactability score, if we want it to take into account that score and then sort the records once we filtered them, we want to make sure that that is on right here. So Neuralytics is on, first step. Second step is that you're going to want to add that score as part of these time block queries down here below. So in the Power Dialer walkthrough, I talked about how to create these a little bit. But if I just pop this open here real quickly, you can see here I've just added that the Neuralytics close score is greater than or equal to 90. And then the next one down is greater than or equal to 80, greater than or equal to 60. Again, those more complicated lists, you can come in and just add that as one of the filter criteria, and then you're pulling in what's most important, just giving you another way to be able to filter out your day. Hopefully that's been helpful. If you have any questions, contact your neighborhood friendly SE. Thanks.
NeuralView accelerates your sales team along 3 pillars: visibility, productivity, and effectiveness. Visibility. Know which leads are likely to close and to contact. Productivity. Spend more time talking to clients by directing your reps to leads who will actually pick up the phone. And effectiveness. Sell more to people who are likely to both pick up the phone and to close. You can see the success our customers had with this example from Outbound Engine. They had a challenge that many sales organizations face. They had invested a lot of resources into optimizing their sales organization, and yet they were looking for more growth. And so they took NeuralView's predictive and prescriptive lead scoring, and they saw immediate results. Almost 20% uplift in productivity, a 30% bump in contact rate, and at the end of the day, a 24% increase in revenue. NeuralView is so effective in part because it's part of an integrated sales acceleration platform from InsideSales.com. From sales communications to engagement tracking, all the way down to sales hiring, InsideSales.com can accelerate every level of your sales org. And it's all built on Neuralytics, our self-learning system, which is backed by over a decade of data and research that includes over 80 billion sales interactions. With this much data, Neuralytics has pretty much seen it all and can predict what the next best action is for you and your company. It'll build a custom model based on its learnings of over a decade and help you accelerate your entire sales organization. If you have any more questions about NeuralView or any of these other products, please visit our virtual booth for more information. And don't forget to schedule a demo.